Today we're going to touch on something everybody is talking about. No, it's not Andrew Tate. We're talking about AMTD digital stock or HKD stock. The stock that ran from about $10 to $2,600. The stock that institutions own 140% of somehow, and the buy button not being taken away from this stock. Okay, so we're going to talk about this stock. We're going to talk about AMC, SPY, GameStop, and where I think we're going to go. AMC is exciting me a lot. Guys, just smash the like button on this video due to the fact that I put work in so you didn't have to. Also, hit that subscribe button if you do want to join the fam. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I kind of wanted to touch on is that the market cap of HKD stock was hovering around 360 billion today, little higher, little lower, give or take. 360 billion at about 1,700 a share, 1,900 a share, right around those levels, just bouncing back and forth. And I just wanted to point out that AMC, okay, AMC with the same market cap, a company that not only didn't just come from an IPO such as HKD on July 15th, a company that's been trading, a company that investors own 80% of the float of, that's heavily shorted, a company where people aren't selling their shares for a low price. All of the aspects that you want at that market cap, AMC would be worth $700 a share. AMC at 700 would be worth HKD at 1,700-ish a share. And this is with all these factors that we have lining up and that we have to play in. So it's kind of BS or kind of tough that a stock can just come out like this and rip to 2,600 when we've been waiting such a long time. You can tell that corruption has been, mixed in with this company, with this stock. But HKD at 2,600 is a whole different ballpark, whole different story. The fact that it ran up this high and it didn't top wick up there, right? You're on the 30-minute chart. People had time to sell off up here. This is just an extra day of confirmation why you're holding AMC stock and what prices you can actually sell at. So forget about everybody's brackets for a split second and kind of, make a new realistic price on AMC. I want to just touch on HKD. I'm not getting in it. I'm definitely not buying a stock that's $1,600 a share that I know nothing about. And I don't want to touch something this volatile. But I did want to kind of talk about one quick thing before we get into AMC. On HKD, okay, if you come back down to the day this thing started trading, you'll see something pretty weird. It's from right here, the nighttime after the first day of trading to the morning of the next day. This thing got heavily shorted, and you can see it on a larger time frame. Now, if you put the fib time zone there, right, we set this up on AMC in the past, and it timed the run-ups. If you put the fib time zone here and here where I set up, it lines up perfectly with this run-up. It lines up perfectly with this run-up, and it lines up perfectly right before this run up to $1,600. Okay, this stock is going to be taken over by market makers, institutions, and just corrupt bigger players in general. This is not something you want to jump into, not financial advice, but you can tell right now off the rip that this thing is being run. It's being controlled, and it has a plan. It has a plan when to come down. I really would not touch HKD stock. The fact that things line up already and it just came out, that's it. Okay, so now I want to touch on AMC and a few other things. Dave Lauer posted this, and here we go again, another Robinhood fine, this time $30 million by NYDFS. Compliance failures across the board, cybersec, consumer protection, and failed to protect against money laundering. FINRA, what does it take to lose a BD license? Guys, another fine on Robinhood. I would not hold your money on Robinhood at all. Now, the next thing I wanted to go over is short interest, around 19% that we can see right now for AMC, and 5.2 million shares available to borrow. As you know, we got up 10% today on AMC with 42,000 calls as of now expiring in the money. AMC up 10%, and this many shares available to borrow right now shows me some shorts may or may not have gotten out, or may or may not have attempted to get out of these stocks. So 42,000 to 2,000 puts. Call chain is winning. Okay, This is random. Okay, the reason this is random is because the SPY did get rejected today. It's not like it made a new high, but I think some shorts are afraid of what Adam Aaron is going to do, or afraid of what Q2 earnings is going to bring, although some aren't. Short exempt stacked up 240,000 for August 1st. This is something to pay attention to, as every time the ball starts rolling and momentum starts rolling, certain market makers, hedge funds, short sellers start stacking up certain numbers to prevent this and try to kind of, stump the momentum. Now, the next thing is GameStop finally passed 50% DRS shares, and brokers were having trouble actually getting people's shares to them. If you guys have a problem, you really need to start contacting people. The fact that this many shares are DRS, if this goes up continuously over the next couple months, and this thing actually moves, actually rips, because there's absolutely no reason not to, that'll kind of just give AMC holders a little bit more of leeway towards DRSing your shares. But until we see something like that happen, that is ultimately what we're looking at. 19,000 to 4,000 calls to puts in the money. GameStop is winning on that. Short exempts did double, almost triple from the day before. August 1st. Okay, so that is the next thing we are touching on. Nancy Pelosi has reportedly landed in Taiwan. This could spook fears in the overall S&P 500. But first, I wanted to talk about AMC and where we are going to go. Okay, so today is August 2nd. We finally have entered this zone that we have drawn out. I want to bring you over to 3-hour chart, and I think it's pretty interesting because every single thing we have drawn out is playing out perfectly to a T. So this is the chart right now, and if you just take a look at it, you're going to find that most things are pretty self-explanatory on this chart, such as this big wedge that we have drawn out. Okay, what is this wedge tracking? This pretty much shows the end of this pennant, right? The end right now where it breaks out of this, usually, at least the first time back here, and back here as well, but we don't have that drawing up. The first time right here broke out, came down, and broke up. And within this time period from this green bar, you saw a 39-day-ish move. From this green bar, we're almost touching upon 40 days, so not everything is exact, but it does play extremely close, and we actually did just break out of this wedge. So I find this pretty interesting, pretty similar. If we were to take the bars pattern and copy from when this broke out of the wedge to having this run up, this is essentially what you would see, and I think personally it's playing pretty close to what we have set up. So from the breakout to here, you guys can see that everything is pretty similar, correct? Okay, so right now that would kind of bring you to say, okay, well, we're going to get this next run up. Now, if that's not enough for you, you'll see that we have this trend line, okay, this blue trend line following all the way out, and we have one identically parallel right under here, okay? So this is something I like to look at. Matching up with this is something I like to look at as well. It had the same kind of time period. It had a touch point, almost touch point, touch point, touch point before it breakout. You saw the same thing, touch point, almost touch point, touch point, touch point before a breakout, and it broke out of this wedge. So everything is lining up pretty similar, as well as the big pennants that we do have laid out. You will see this come down and kind of make a base on this first overall valley. You see it back here, this first overall valley, and then you see, kind of the pennant to track what we track. Now, I'm going to, prepare you for the worst. Yesterday's video was pretty crazy. If you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend seeing that. That wasn't just a price prediction for a single day. But before earnings, usually you see some form of a rip, right? You saw it back here. You saw a little bit back here. Except what you see is before this earnings, you saw a major drop. This one rip, this one rip, this one drop. Okay, so assuming, right, we're already getting this rip, assuming a rip, if this doesn't play out and he doesn't pounce, right, I would say we're going to have this move if Adam Aaron does, pounce, or AMC is positive, or if they clear debt or something along the lines of that, which I do think is going to happen. So I do think we're going to have the run, but if not, expect a little bit of a pump into a sell-off come earnings, come Q2 earnings. Overall, guys, this is kind of what I'm looking at for AMC. For the touch points that I want AMC to break out of, first of all, today, 17 bucks. It had trouble breaking over that. We would like to see it break over that. But to break over this entire trend line that we're seeing, a clean break would be above $20. As soon as we get above $20, the game is changed for AMC. So just prep for that. And actually, I wasn't going to go over it today, but if you take a look at Ethereum Classic, which AMC kind of tracks Ethereum Classic, this came up to all the way where AMC would come up to $30, right? AMC is usually 5 to 8 days behind this, sometimes 15, right? This comes up to all the way where AMC would be at $30. Bases gets rejected and is actually continuing to rip as of now. So just really prep for something to happen, but don't get your hopes up. Hopefully, Adam Aaron does come out with something. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the S&P 500. I wanted to talk about the highest points from a low where the S&P ripped, but the bear market didn't end. And this is right here. This is a 51-point gain from the low of the S&P during a bear market until it actually fell again. And right now, you're hitting that peak again, 51 points. So this is something to prepare to. If you think the bear market isn't over, this is something that I have drawn out that could be a possibility within the near future to come, is the S&P to actually start to sell off. Also, this would be a disgusting double top up here if it does do that. Now, the levels of breakout I'm watching for the S&P 500 are 414 and 420. 420 being extra confirmation that the SPY is actually going to start a temporary bull market. That is what I'd like to see. And a break under 390 is where I think the S&P will continue a bear market, in case you guys want to play something. But right now, I think it's too whippy to play. That is my take on the S&P 500. Now, real quick, I didn't really do anything with GameStop, but I'll give my quick thoughts on GameStop. I think GameStop's doing extremely well to what we've been tracking, but actually, since I haven't been looking at it, I guess this could be drawn out more. This looks actually more perfect, right? Essentially, GameStop would be seeing a major pop tomorrow or the next day, in my opinion. So that is it, guys. That is what I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you can smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment down below. If you guys want to support the channel, the members link is in the description. It should work now. If you guys want to, you can join the free Discord where we talk stocks, hang out, and just post gains in there. Also, you can join the 100 to 1K trading challenge. You can probably start with 60 to 80 bucks for free by just hitting the link pinned in the top of comments and linked in the description to get up to 10 free stocks. This offer is limited time, so if you guys do that, make sure to hit the link, deposit any amount. You can deposit a penny, you can deposit $1. You'll get up to 10 free stocks. You can sell those and join the trading challenge. That is also the platform we use for the trading challenge. So overall, guys, I think I gave you everything that I have to give you for today. And if I do come out with something else that I forget, make sure to have post notifications on. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.